everybody. Good morning. Hello. Happy day 14.
Gosh.
It happened fast.
Can't believe we're that
real
far.
fast.
Yes.
Super quick. I've got Allie with us and Amber, as always, because I've brought her to the dark side. But Allie's coming in.
Hoping to be super productive.
Yay. You guys want to say hi? Allie, I'm assuming my peeps know you, but if you want to say hi to everybody, let them know. I've got links down below to both of them, but you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I am Allie from Hardback Hoarder. I don't know if I need to say anything else.
That's all I got. What about for the people that don't know what you're writing? Have you shared kind of like a little bit about your story?
The only information I have shared so far is that it is the hating game with the mashup of like To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Okay.
So,
right.
Yeah. Little office hate to love, fake dating type thing. So that's all I'm sharing though, because I really don't know where it's going.
It's fair.
So I'm the only one not writing a contemporary. Fun.
This is my first time writing a contemporary. I feel very out of my comfort zone.
You do great.
So
that's fine. How is everybody doing in the comment section? How are we doing at the 1 day shy of halfway? Not to freak anybody out, but let us know how you're doing.
I wish I could say I was halfway done with the book, but unfortunately I am not.
Yeah, I've been doing the 3-act type organization, and I'm not even halfway through the first act.
That's okay. It happens.
How many words do you have so far?
I'm at 20,000. I hit 20,000 yesterday.
Very good.
So I'm around like the NaNoWriMo word goal, but I tend to not look at that anymore. It's stressful.
Fair.
Yeah. The words will come when they come.
They will. Did you do like a Preptobery kind of a thing?
No, not really. I did all my prep on like November 1st.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
October was just too busy, crazy. So
I get it. You had a lot of crazy video content, so I get it. Congratulations, Dee.
Also love your picture with Long Way to Small Angry Planet. Whoop, whoop.
That's okay. That's what these are for. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm just at 20K, so I feel you there.
Yeah.
Morning, Maddie.
Allie's about a week behind.
You got this.
We're fine.
Got this.
You're good. We're going to get a lot done.
Fortunately, nothing bad will happen to you if you don't actually win Nano. It's arbitrary.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. And even if you do win Nano, it's just like, here's some coupon codes.
Yeah.
You're not really missing out on that much.
You're really not. No, it's okay. It's all right.
The first time I won, I used the coupon code to get Scrivener. But now that I have Scrivener, I never use any of the coupon codes. So I'm just like, yay, I won. And move on with my life and finish a book. Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like even if I win I used to get so obsessed with like getting the badges and making sure. And then like the website never works. It never tracks. It says like I have like a 0-day writing, like, what is it? Like streak or whatever. And I'm like, none of it works. I don't care.
It's very hard on the new website to put in like your word count. I find it's much more confusing.
They don't make anything easy.
Yeah, they try to flatten it, and then now it just is not. It's not as good. I don't know.
Yeah, you almost have to go in like through a back way to enter it in, and then they want to know what times you wrote from, and I'm like, I don't freaking know.
How you felt about it?
Paying attention?
I randomly wrote all day. I don't know.
Yeah.
My favorite is like the how you felt about it. I'm like always sketchy. Like it's always I don't know. Like
I always use like the straight mouth one. I'm like,
yeah,
it's probably good. I don't know. Who knows?
Yay!
No.
I feel like the first third I do really well. The second third I do really bad, and then the last third it just flows out because you're at the end of it. So you're ahead of most of us there, Jackson fan.
I rush after the halfway, I feel like. So then I'm missing more detail and better dialogue. So then I feel like my writing might flow more, but it's definitely messier than the first half. Yeah.
That's fair.
I did a lot of prep, and I typically do a lot of prep, but I usually do the most in-depth prep and outlining for like the first half. And then the second half, I have a general idea of where I'm going, but I'm allowing myself in the first half to kind of like change things up as it feels right. So my second half is always a little bit messier, and I tend to get a little bit stuck more often because I'm like, oh, I did something back there that doesn't quite match up with what I thought I was going to be doing right here. So I have to adjust on the fly. So it's usually not as easy for me personally, but that's me.
Yeah, I find that my characters kind of end up taking over the story. Definitely. You can't plan for that.
You can't. I love the people that are like, but it's your characters. Can't you control them? I'm like, no.
Once
if they're going to read as real people, then they have to kind of have a life of their own. You know, if you try to control them, they're not going to read as real people.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, then in that case, question answered. Goals to hit. Are we ready for our first sprint?
Oh.
How do we feel? Are we all right?
I don't know. See.
We can do this.
I'm just reworking I'm not actually probably going to be getting any word count. I'm just reworking my outline because something went wrong and I'm trying to figure out where. So I'm rewriting my outline.
It's work. It counts.
Yeah, I have to do a little bit of research. I'm doing a trivia night. So I got to find some good trivia.
That works. Listen, it is a productivity sprint, not just a writing sprint. So whatever it is that you have to get done, we're going to set about to getting it done. We're going to set up a 30-minute timer, and then we'll come back and we'll see how everybody did. So low stress. Good morning. We're just going to try to start the day productively.
That's right.
All right. We are going to do this. Nailed it. And then, guys, look at that. I got a banner. Woo! All right. We're going to start the timer. We're going to mute ourselves, and we'll see you on the other side of 30 minutes, guys.
All right.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
You're still muted, Julie.
I undid the thing. I was like, Ellie looks tortured. Is she okay?
I make
Just
the
checking on her.
faces that I'm like trying to write. And sometimes I catch myself like doing sound effects too. So if I ever look like I'm just like so confused, it's because my character is confused.
Okay.
I do that sometimes. I'll
That's
try
fair.
to make
I
like,
get
oh,
it.
they're crying. What would that look like? And like make like a crying face. And I probably
Yeah.
look like I'm crazy, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her lip does that, and okay, yeah.
Gonna get into it. That's amazing, Rosie. Good job. Woo.
I ended up getting
I know you guys
Like-
weren't going for word count. So how'd you do?
1, 2. I got like 4 chapters plotted with multiple scenes. So
That's amazing.
I think I did. I mean, I got down like 4 word pages. So however many that's equivalent to. That seems like a lot.
It is. Do you still use Google
Um,
Docs or Word?
I
What do you
actually
write in?
use Storyist,
What you do?
and then I transfer everything over to
Okay.
Drive as well. Sometimes if I'm like obviously out somewhere, I do it in Drive because I know it will automatically save. I don't always trust my computer programs.
Uh,
I get it.
that's the one good thing
get
about Scrivener is it does automatically save for you.
Yeah. This does too, but I just don't trust it.
I do. I got
Ooh.
734 words. Not horrible. Not
That's great.
horrible.
Yeah. It's
That mug.
like
I
a
didn't see the
little
mug.
pot. Yeah.
That's cute.
That's cute. That
Thank
is
you.
very cute.
Yeah.
I should do that
Absolutely.
more often.
I do that in edits a lot.
I write
There's
some dialogue that's
apparently-
very stilted because I'm not saying it out loud.
There is apparently a website that will read your dialogue back to you. I'll have to look it up. But
So Scrivener has a function
Yeah.
that does that. And then I think Word does. Like there are options. It's a very mechanical robotic voice.
Yeah.
It's very awkward.
I think this one was
But-
a little
bit less-
less robot-y.
Yeah.
But
They're scary. They're straight up scary. That's not human.
yeah.
That's
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
you've
words,
done it
Jessica.
before, 100%, Julie.
Maybe, but that's still a lot of words. Yay! Gosh,
Handwritten
Kudos.
pages, like 2 of those it's a lot. I could not do it.
for the handwriters among you, that's amazing.
I do like handwriting, but I don't think I could do a handwritten book.
No,
No.
I don't trust myself to be able to read my own writing after the fact to get it into like
Yeah.
a program
My
when I'm
brain
writing
would
that
be going
fast.
so fast. Like my hand can't keep up, and then I'd be like, "What was I trying to say? I have no idea what I just put there."
Yeah, I prefer a handwritten outline.
Yes.
I'm one of those people that if I write something, I'm more likely to memorize it.
Mhm.
So then I feel better going into the story, and then I can color code it as I go. But
It's true.
Yeah, I do that as well. Like even when I was doing schoolwork, I would just rewrite everything that I had to learn just so that I could like stick it in my brain.
yeah,
Mhm. Well done, Jordan.
Now I'm interested in my word count. I feel like I have to.
Good job, Dee.
D. Great job. One is doing great. Look at you guys.
Hey.
Yeah, I know it's struggle bus city for a lot of people. We're at that halfway mark. It can tend to slow down or feel weird, or you feel like maybe you've lost your way or you've gone off track, or maybe you feel like you're right on track, which is fantastic. But I know that this can be like a rough patch for a lot of people. So that's why we were really excited to get a couple sprints in this weekend. Make sure you're all feeling all right. Is okay. I definitely want a little extra this month already. So I should hit my nano goal this weekend. And then, but my long...
A little extra.
My little extra. I think I'm at just over 45,000 for the month. Yeah. So that's what, but I did like full Preptober. Like I did like a full month of prep. So like I was ready to write. I didn't have any words. I still started at 0 on November 1st, but like I was ready. So I did a lot of pre-work, which is the only reason I'm doing that well at all.
It really makes a difference to prep.
It does.
It makes things so much easier.
Gotcha. No, it is still
rewriting
impressive.
an old book is impressive no matter what.
That is still impressive. Yeah.
It can be hard because you have those pre-established, I guess, things in your plot, and then you have to rip some of those down, and it hurts. It hurts sometimes.
It does. Yeah, I think some of that rewriting is almost harder because you're like, "What do I really like that sentence?" But like, do I keep this? What do I like? It's a lot. And it's not bad. That's good. That's good. You did good. Yay! It's really good. Okay.
That's opposite for me. Yeah.
Yeah. But I get it. And we've talked about this too. I think that early morning before like the world and work and other people's expectations, before like everything else comes into play, sometimes like early in the morning is the way to go before like everything starts stressing you out. I'm a believer in it. I don't wake up early enough to do it, but I believe in it and I get it. I do.
I've done it a few times. It does. My brain isn't awake enough to realize that I've just written 1,200 words, and then later that day I'm like, oh my god, I got like 1,200 words this morning. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's not as intimidating like going to write in the evening because you're like, I'm already kind of doing great. Like it's nice to have that little buffer.
Do you guys consider yourselves more dialogue writers or descriptive writers?
I'm a dialogue
I'm
person.
a descriptive writer.
Yeah. I have been finding that I used to be a descriptive writer, but now I'm a dialogue writer. And then I have to go back and add because I'm like, I have given no description of these characters whatsoever. Like I should probably include that.
Yeah. No, I've always been very dialogue driven, but I realized that that's probably because I've got that like fun aphantasia that everybody was going bananas about on Twitter. Where like I can't see the pictures in my head. So it really doesn't matter to me what my characters look like. Like if you ask me what they look like, I'd be like, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
But they're people. Like you can see them. Like you know their character. You know like what they're about. And I know generals, but a lot of people are like, you should probably tell us what they look like a little bit earlier so we can start to picture them in our heads. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like I don't know.
I think I am so good at picturing it in my head that I just assume everyone knows what I have.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm a descriptive writer. I see pictures very well in my head, and so I can picture the scene and write the scene and have this like atmosphere, and I could tell you what the room they're in looks like. And then it's like everybody tells me like, you got the atmosphere down, but then they start talking and they're like, yes, that is correct what you just said to me. I'm like, I'll fix it in editing, leave me alone.
My characters also have very expressive eyebrows. Always.
Always.
I'm like, I've never looked at anyone and thought, oh, look, their eyebrow is like creased, but here I am writing it 10 million times.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody like quirk a brow like quite as much as they do with me, or like when they're really sassy, just the one. And I'm like, I don't, how? Why?
Mine tend to sigh and nod and shake their heads a lot. So they're literally always just like, and like, doing this and shrugging.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, nobody, like, who just does this all the time? Like, everything they say. Come on.
They're just video game characters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like the eyebrow, like the brow thing is going to be the new, like, let out a breath you didn't know you were holding. It's just like, stop using it. No one's brows are doing what you say they do.
They're not quite that expressive.
No.
I don't think I've ever written an expressive brow. So you guys have me on that
Oh
one.
my.
Oh.
Well, I even have a whole sheet printed out that gives me alternatives for what you can do with a brow because I just use the same ones. It's like I need some alternatives here.
I love that for you, Allie.
I'm with you, Allie. My characters have strong brow games. They never they're never shown getting them like waxed or threaded or plucked, but they are very, very strong. Naturally with no work. Oh, I'm crying a little.
Ooh, that was good.
All right. We've got some descriptive writers. I like the dialogue. Because I think I tend to think of myself as a more character-driven writer, so I feel like dialogue. Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not alone in that. The nodding.
No.
Hey, I've been nodding this whole time.
Yeah.
So.
We're like, mm-hmm. Well, we're abusing at the very the sheep. Could you imagine?
It would be funny if you wrote in a scene of them going to get their eyebrows shaped, and then having had this conversation, when I read it, I'm just gonna like lose it and just laugh the whole time.
It would be terrible if one of my eyebrows just lost or one of my characters lost their eyebrows. Then what would they do? How would they express things?
Like their forehead wrinkled weirdly, but like as if they thought they had a brow.
There's like a tragic like birthday candle accident and they lose a brow and they're like, what do I do?
How do I express myself now?
Show people I am confused. I shall have to talk.
Look at this. This is a brow, I swear.
Oh my God. All right. Well, you're not alone. It seems like a lot of people do a lot of nodding and shrugging and sighing and brow creasing and quirking and okay. Good. So now the challenge is for the next 45-minute sprint, try to go back and write, but not do any of that. You're not going to be able to because we just talked about it. So I guarantee you when you go back to edit this part of your novel, there will be a brow or a nod. We're sorry. There's no way around it.
I want to see all the furrowed brows.
Yeah.
I would be interested, Allie, whenever you finish this draft, if you do a search just for the word brow and see how many hits you have.
Yeah. Just draw them all.
At the end of Nano, I will see how many brows have been mentioned.
Oh God, I've got too many. I know I do.
Oh yeah. I used turned a lot too. This character turned too, and then they turned, and then
I do that.
It's like they just
doing that all the time. Like she looked at, and I'm like, obviously, if she saw it, she looked at it. Like I don't, or she looked with her eyes, and I'm like, how else would she look? God. First drafts are a mess.
Yeah. Okay, I'm putting a note for brow count.
Oh God. I love it. All right. Are we ready for a 45? I can't.
Sure.
All right. I'm excited to see how we do on the other side of it. We got this. Good luck not writing about brows, guys.
Don't forget to reshare the screen.
I got
it. There you go. All right, I'm starting.
All right. Oh, hello.
That went really fast.
So quick.
Agreed. I think I only used browse once.
I feel like they always do. That's impressive. Impressive. I'm writing the journal entry part of my story right now, so there's a lot less reason to use browse because there's no dialogue. So there's no expressions that need to take place. So I was able to avoid it.
That's good. I did pretty well during mine. So I ended up, my goal was to get everything plotted up to the midpoint, and that way I can like right up to the midpoint and then recalculate, after. I did do that. Now I'm actually like importing that all over into my Scrivener so that I can get it all situated, so then I can continue to write later today and actually get some word count in.
That's impressive, though. Good job.
Thank you.
Is no small feat.
I wrote 1,000 words that time.
That's amazing.
Damn.
Crazy.
I am impressed.
I mean, my characters were having a heated argument, so.
Those are fun to write.
Ooh, those are fun.
Yeah. Middle fingers were
Love
used.
it.
I've been sending some of my friends just like random bits and pieces. And I was like, obviously a masterpiece, because it will just be like very inappropriate words here and there.
Anytime when people talk about using a middle finger, I picture that that video of the two guys that are silently like flipping each other off in New York City, like across the street. It's like, like I always picture that.
Yeah.
It was so aggressive. So aggressive.
I hope no one watched my brows while I was typing.
I did not.
I think. Hopefully, we were all being productive enough that didn't happen. So that did not take place, hopefully. Filming is good. Cleaning is good. 4 handwritten pages. So you doubled what you did in 30 minutes. That is impressive.
That's amazing.
That is.
Yay, Rosie.
1427. Damn. Oh, how about if I turn off that banner that's really obnoxious?
Oh, I didn't even notice it was still there.
Listen, guys, it's a work in progress. I find new little features all the time. And you could tell us if that's helpful or not helpful. I don't really know. I was just like, for those people that come in the middle, 711 is amazing. 711.
That's amazing.
Good, guys. I got to, what was I at last time? 700 words, right? About? I got to 2,200, so.
That's amazing.
Not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it popped up and it was like, you hit word goal today.
Woo. I love it when I get that little ding, did it. It's like, yay.
Yeah.
That is
half
the best.
Time I'm like, who's messaging me? I'm like, what's going on?
It's just my computer encouraging me.
Yeah.
It's amazing, Dee.
That is amazing. That is great. That is awesome. Out on the hunt for a live sprint, stumbled across this one. You're very, very welcome.
Welcome.
Hopefully you're not just finding us right now because we're done, but hopefully you were able to use that last one. My nephew's here. Hi, bud. Also, adult language. All right. Well, that's good. How does everybody feel going into the second half of the month? Feel good? Everybody feel good?
Oh, like the second half of what?
The second half of the month.
Eh.
I feel good.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it
once
needs-
I sit down to write, I'm good. It's the sitting down to write. So
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. And I think just remember that it's
just
a
the sitting
lot less
down.
about finishing 50K in November. Like, use it as motivation to get started or to maybe create a habit of sitting down to write. But the actual, like, 50K in the month, don't worry about that. Like, just as long as you're getting some words in, that's great. As long as you're kind of looking for opportunities, like, to come and look for live streams or look for ways to fit writing into every day, that's the takeaway. So
it's like New Year's. It's a good starting point, but like you can start things at any given time in the year. So it's just kind of like an excuse as a starting point.
Absolutely. I concur. But if you still would like to get more words in, and these help you more than just trying to write on your own, I will be back at 8:00 tomorrow night. So we did that last weekend, and I love kind of wrapping up the weekend before we start the work week and things get a little bit busier by doing one last push for productivity. And tomorrow is the official halfway point. So we will finish up tomorrow with an 8 p.m. EST sprint back here again. So hopefully if this helps you, you guys come back and check that one out. It is already scheduled on my channel. So if you go, you can set up the notification. You can like and subscribe if you wanna. And then Amber and Allie are listed below as well. So make sure you check them out. Yay.
Round of applause.
You guys really are crushing it. You're doing really, really well. Very good. That's okay. You're okay. As long as I would say, like, be a third. Like, if you're a third of the way through, you're probably still sitting pretty. Depending on what you're writing, like 90K is not a bad word count.
Yeah, I was going to say 50,000 always seemed kind of small.
It is
to
in
me.
terms of an actual
I've got
book,
an 80K
not many books
goal,
are
but
that low.
Yeah.
I usually shoot for 80 and end up around 87, 90. So
I'm an underwriter, so I usually shoot for 80 and end up at like 70 and then have to like fill in some information, but
but that's okay. Don't freak out. No reason to freak out. And we'll be back with more sprints. So be sure to come back again tomorrow, 8 p.m. I can't wait to hear how much you've crushed between now and then. I'm sure you'll do fantastic. I'm going to go get some lunch.
same.
Stretch a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
Take breaks. I always forget sometimes to take breaks and feed myself.
I don't have that problem. I'm always hungry. So.
Why is that so hard?
I never stop to eat. So I've like scheduled these so where I'm like, I've got to stop, go eat now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
You need that brain.
Take care of yourself. Treat your body right. Happy writing for the rest of the day, guys. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. You're very welcome.
Thanks for having me, Jules.
It was nice having you. I missed your face.
Yeah.
I know. I miss everyone's faces.
I know. It's the worst. Good night and goodbye. Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
Jackson fans say good night. It's nighttime some places.
Good night for you guys. Happy middle day for the rest of us.
Happy afternoon. Go be productive. Keep crushing it.